What's up guys, welcome back to virtual reality. So you just got a new virtual reality headset and you don't know what to do with that, or you need some good tips and tricks for that. So here you are, this is my video. It's in categories, so I will show you the categories of, for example, Oculus Quest and then PlayStation VR and stuff. You will find the timestamps to the categories in the description below. If you don't have a VR headset and you want to buy one, just go to my buying guide that is linked in the description and also in the info cards now. Yeah, my name is Voodoo. You can find everything about VR and AR on this channel thanks to my sponsors VoodooDE VR, Opperman Events, Saronix, Andy Defelser, VR Ambassador and Alpha Blend Interactive. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
VoodooDE.
Okay, let's first talk about what is important for all the virtual reality headsets, not only for a special one. So this category should be watched by every one of you. So first, when you get your virtual reality headset, don't directly play all the fast shooter games, or don't ever play a roller coaster first. You will get sick. You will not like virtual reality anymore. Stay calm and play slow games and make some breaks. Only play 5 minutes and then 10 minutes and stuff. And also do not play games with artificial locomotion. What does that mean? So if you have a controller like this, you have this thumbstick here and you move your virtual character with the thumbstick or with the touchpad. And this is not good for beginners. So play games where you have to move with your own body like this, okay? This is very important. I have a video with the most recommended games for virtual reality beginners. I will show that in the description below and in the info cards now. Then, when you want to clean your headset, the lenses and stuff, use a special towel for that. I will put that in the description below, and also there's a little pen, a cleaning pen for the lenses when they get really muddy. There's a special cleaning pen. I will link that under the video as well. The next thing that is very important for all the virtual reality headset is that you never ever let sunlight shine on the lenses. So the lenses are like a magnifier for the sunlight and it will burn your display. Never ever, not even 1 second. Very important. The next thing that is important for nearly all the virtual reality headsets is that you don't have any mirror surface, like I would say like mirrors or like windows or even your TV, because the mirror can cause problems with the tracking. Even this glass showcase thing here is not good because, for example, this controller has infrared lights, and these infrared lights are in the mirror as well, and the tracking system will get confused. So it will think, oh, the controller is here and there. So the virtual controller will jump and that is not fun anymore. So please take care of that. Then the next thing, you have to measure your IPD. What does that mean? IPD is interpupillar distance. That's the distance between your eyes. So you can just have a friend and measure that, but you can also go to your doctor or optician and stuff, and they have a device and they tell you the distance between your eyes. So for me, I have 60 millimeters, but the range for people is from 55 millimeters to 75. And I think the most common value is 65 millimeters. So if you have this value, you're good to go for all the virtual reality headsets. The next thing is, when you don't play VR, where can you put your virtual reality headset? So as you can see, I have a lot of stands here, and they are pretty cool because you can put every virtual reality headset on it. They are called AMVR stands, and I will put the link in the description below. Then there is also a cable management that comes from the ceiling. So you have to put the cable inside that, and then the cable is not bothering you anymore. That's really good. I have a cable management system by Kiwi, and I will put also the link in the description below. So the next thing is a problem with your lenses when they get foggy. So if your headsets rest on the floor or in a shelf or something like that, and your room is pretty cool, and of course your face is warm, and then you will have the problem that the lenses get foggy. So what you're gonna do is preheat your virtual reality headset with a heat mat, or nothing too hot, of course, or just hold it in your hands for 5 minutes or stuff, and then this problem is gone as well. A different thing is when it's getting too hot and you are sweating a lot, then you need something that's called Vive and Chill. It's not only for the Vive, it's only called Vive and Chill. So you put some two fans above your headset, and then it blows air onto your head, and this is really good, but it only works for virtual reality headsets that have a USB connector. So yeah, Vive and Chill, I will put the link in the description below. Then if you want to test your virtual reality headset, I have some tools for you. The first one is that pixel finder. You can find that in any web browser. Just open that with your virtual reality headset in a web browser, and then you can find that pixels. Really cool. And the next one you can find on I think on Reddit and on Steam. It's a test tool for virtual reality headsets, and this is really good. A lot of tests like IPD, like SDE tests and stuff. Really, really good. I can totally recommend that. Then the next thing is for all virtual reality headsets that have SteamVR support, there is a tool called OpenVR Advanced Settings. You should really install that, believe me. You can really do good stuff with that. For example, you can change the super sampling. If you have a powerful PC, you can even look the games much better, or you have a low-end PC, then just pull it slider down, and then you have more frames per second. Also, there's a very important thing that's called floor fix. So if your virtual floor is not aligned with your real floor, then do the floor fix in the OpenVR Advanced settings. So you place one controller on the floor and push on calibrate with the other one, and then it's synchronized again. Very good. The next thing that's important for all the VR headsets, if you want to watch movies, there are two softwares that are really, really good. The first one is Virtual Desktop. You can watch nearly all file formats with that, like MKV or Blu-rays or 3D movies. This is really good. Virtual Desktop. The next one is called Big Screen. You can even watch videos with your friends then. That's cool. You sit in a virtual cinema. Yeah, that's it so far for the tips and tricks that are important for all the virtual reality headsets. And now let's jump into the single categories. So the first category of the headsets is the PlayStation VR. You should all know that the look of this headset, it's a little bit different because I have some equipment here. So the first thing is important that you wear it right on your head. So don't put it on your head like this. You will perhaps destroy this little bridge here. So grab it with one hand, and then with the other hand push this button, pull it like this, then put that on your forehead, and then release it here, and then spin the wheel until it sits good. And you can also use this button here to push it back or forward for the people with the glasses. And then this is equipment I put on the PlayStation VR. It's called Mantis, and these are integrated headsets. I will put a link in the description below for these headphones. Really cool. And if you want to remove it now, just grab it here again, push the button, pull it, and then up, and then you have it again. This is very important, so you don't have to wear it wrong. Then the next thing is you have a software IPD. So if you go to, in your PlayStation VR, go to Settings, Devices and PlayStation VR, and then you can set your IPD with the PlayStation camera. That's very interesting. So the PlayStation camera, it's important that it is not too far away and not too close. So I would say around 2 meters is a good distance for your virtual camera, for your PlayStation VR virtual camera, and put it on the height so that it looks here on your neck, I would say, in this area. And that this is a good height, and a good distance is 2 meters. For the tracking of the controllers and the lights here, it is good when it's not too bright. For the PlayStation VR, it's even good when you play in dark environment. And also for this kind of tracking, it's even more important that you don't have any reflecting or mirror surface like this that I said in the category before. So that's important. Also for women with long hair, if you wear it like that and you put your long hairs over the ring here, the tracking points are covered and the tracking is gone. So if you have long hairs, put it inside the ring and not outside, okay? So the tracking is, it's not a problem then. The next thing is, if you have the Move controllers, give me a second, I have them here. Then, this is a cool equipment for the PlayStation VR. I will put the link in the description below. For the Move controllers, you have full track devices here. That's really, really good. And if you have your camera view not synchronized with where you stand. So if you stand in this direction, but the picture is here, then you can synchronize it again while holding the options button on the side of the controllers. That also works with the DualShock controller. So stand in the right direction and then hold the option button, and then it's synchronized again. Really, really important. Yeah, these are the Move controllers, but there is also other equipment. So let me check out the aim controller. So this is the aim controller. You can also buy that via my link. You find it in the description below, and this is a really good device for playing like shooters like Firewall Zero Hour or Farpoint. It really works good, it's fun, it feels realistic. You have 2 thumbsticks here, and a lot of buttons. You also have the options button here. And I can totally recommend this. There are some different packages. You can buy it with the Firewall package or the Farpoint package. I recommend all of these games. They are really, really good. So yeah, that's it for the aim controller. And then it's very important when you want to clean the PlayStation VR. I already told you how that works with all the headsets, but there's one thing more for the PlayStation VR. So you have this rubber stuff here. Just rip it off. Don't be afraid to destroy it. Just rip it off, and here you go. And you can clean that with water, of course, because there's some mud or some dust or sweat inside after some days. And then you can clean it with water, then let it dry, of course, and then put it back here. It's a little bit tricky to put it back. You will need some minutes to put it back. Here are some little rubber nose things here to put back in these little holes here. But I can totally recommend to do that because it gets dirty a little bit. So the next thing is I will put a video in the description below with the best PlayStation VR games in my opinion so far. So this is very important if you don't know what games you should play with your new PlayStation VR. Just check out this video, it's in the description. The next thing is you can also play games that have no virtual reality support, like for example GTA 5. So just wear your headset, activate it with the power button, and check out if everything is right, and then start GTA 5 inside the headset. So there will be a virtual cinema mode where you can play GTA 5 on a very big screen, and you can even resize the screen with your PlayStation button if you hold the PlayStation button. Awesome, this is a really good tip to play these games. Yeah guys, so that were the best tips in my opinion for the PlayStation VR. So yeah, I think that's everything you need to know. I wish you a lot of fun with your new virtual reality headset with the PlayStation VR. And now let's go to the next category. Let's talk about the Oculus Quest. What tips do I have for you? So first, you have to wear it correct. So open all the straps left and right and on the top, and then pull it back, put it on your head, pull it down here, and then where's the strap? Pull it a little bit until it sits good on your head, tighten it, and then pull the board straps on the sides until it's comfortable and mount it here. Then you're good to go. And also you can remove it by pulling it forward and up. And now, if you don't give it to your friends, so they have to do other settings, you can just leave it like that and use it, and it's perfect. This is really, really good. But of course, you have to do some other settings. For example, the Oculus Quest has an IPD slider here. So it moves the eye distance. How can you know what's the best setting for you? So go in the settings of your Oculus Quest, or open the menu, then go to your library, then go to tutorial, and then go to setup headset. And then you will get a short tutorial how to put it on your head, and also some lines so you can put your headset on the right place, and some horizontal lines for your IPD. That's really awesome. And if these lines are sharp, you have the perfect fit on your head for the Oculus Quest. This is really, really interesting. Then there is a lot of accessories for the Oculus Quest, and I made a separate video that I will link under the video in the description below. Perhaps there is a bag for the Oculus Quest, or a power bank, or even a deluxe audio strap. You can find all this stuff in my tutorial video for Oculus Quest accessories. Then, of course, I know all of you know this is a standalone headset, and you thought about, I can use that outside. You can disable the these little grids when you go through the wall, and there's this grid. You can deactivate that, and you have to do the Oculus Quest into the developer mode. Go to your smartphone app, go to settings and more settings, and then activate developer mode. And then you can go also in the Oculus Quest in settings, developer mode, and then deactivate the grid. But be very careful. If you want to play on a soccer field or whatever, bring a friend so that he can take care about you, that you not run on the street, or it's very dangerous. Also, if you play outside, be ultra careful because of the sunlight. I already told that in the common tutorial there. So the Quest comes with a cardboard cover over the lenses. Take it with you and leave it there 1 second before you play that outside. So pull it off and directly put it on your head. So there is no sunlight coming in. That's very important. Better you play in the shadows outside. So if you want to play in dark, I don't know if it's too dark at your home for the Quest tracking, or you just don't want to use lights, then you can use infrared lights. So you don't see the light, but it projects infrared light into your room, and the Oculus Quest can be tracked with that. I will put the link for this infrared lights in the description below. And then perhaps you want to use some custom apps on your Oculus Quest, like custom songs for Beat Saber, or you can even play Quake 2 on the Oculus Quest. And there is a software that's called SideQuest. and then you connect your Oculus Quest via a cable to your PC and load APK files from Android onto this device. And then you can do some really cool custom stuff. I made a video tutorial for SideQuest, for the Oculus Quest, and I will show it in the description below as well. The next thing is, if you have friends at home and you want to show them what you are currently experiencing in the Oculus Quest, this is a problem because you have it on your head and nobody sees what you are doing. So there is a way to cast that. First one is to your smartphone, but that's bad if you have 5 friends and they need to watch this small screen. But there's a possibility to cast it to your TV via a so-called Google Chromecast stick. I will put a link in the description below. This is a small stick that you put in the HDMI of your TV. Then connect, go to your Oculus Quest, go to Cast, and first go to Share, then to Cast, and then select the Chromecast stick, and then everybody sees what you see on the TV. That's awesome. Then there is a way to play PC VR games on the Oculus Quest. This is called Oculus Link. And then we will put a cable from the Oculus Quest to the PC. And this cable I will show in the description below. I made a video, a comparison video between the Oculus Rift S and the Oculus Quest with Link. And there I show you what cables you should use. I have a 7-meter cable and it works awesome. So why would you do that? You know, the Oculus Quest is a standalone headset and it can only play normally the apps that are designed for the Oculus Quest. And of course, they don't have so good graphics. But when you connect it to the PC via Oculus Link and you have a powerful PC, then you can play all the virtual reality games from Oculus Store, from Steam VR on the Oculus Quest. And this is really awesome. The games look much better than the Oculus Quest games. But of course you need a powerful PC. And then if you wear glasses and your glasses are too thick to fit under the headset, then look in the package of your Oculus Quest. There is another part of the face inserts here, and then rip this one off, put the other one first inside and then this one again. And then you have a little bit more space for your glasses. But be careful, the field of view is smaller then, of course, because the distance between your eyes and the lenses is higher then. Yeah, then I made a video with the best virtual reality games for the Oculus Quest. So if you have the Quest, you wonder what games should I play? This video you can find in the description below as well, the best Oculus Quest games. And then you wonder, can I watch movies with my Oculus Quest? Can I even watch movies that are placed on my server in my home network? Yes, you need the software Skybox VR video player. And with this one, you can use your network shares to cast or to stream like MKV files or whatever files to your Oculus Quest. You can even copy the movie files on the internal storage of your Oculus Quest and then use the Skybox player to start it. It's awesome. And you can find the link for this software in the description below. And then a last tip, if you manage to break your Oculus Quest, if it doesn't work, if it's freeze or whatever, then there is a method to reset it. It's called factory reset. How can you do that? So shut down your Oculus Quest by holding the power button as long as possible. And then while starting the Oculus Quest, hold volume down and the power button at the same time. Hold it while it starts until you see a menu in the Oculus Quest, and then you can go up and down with the volume up and down buttons. You watch there, and then you say factory reset, and then everything is like if you got it from factory. It's also a good thing when you want to sell your Oculus Quest. So yeah, that were my tips and tricks for the Oculus Quest. I hope you liked it. If yes, would be awesome to give me a thumbs up now, but let's go to the next category. Okay, let's talk about the Oculus Rift S. Of course, first notice all the other tips that I told you at the beginning of this video, but also let's find out how you put it on your head perfect. So hold it here with your hands, and with the other hand, open this ring here, then put it on your head, screw it a little bit here, and then the strap, pull it until it sits perfect on your head and the weight is spread good. Then here, and then mount it a little bit more so it sits perfect. Then you have a little button here, push it, and then you can move the front unit backwards and forwards. So if you have big glasses, then forwards, and if you want to get closer to the lenses to have a better field of view, then push it in your face, I would say. That's awesome. And if you want to remove it, just use the screw and push it up. That's really good. And there is also an IPD software that you can find in the settings of the Oculus menu, and there you can perfectly set your IPD value. That's very important, otherwise the picture could be bad. But if you have an IPD over 70mm or under 60, could be a little bit bad to use the Oculus Rift, to be honest. You can also use the infrared lights for the Oculus Rift S that I told you for the Oculus Quest. The link is in the description below. If you want to use your desktop view, or if you just want to use some windows like your WhatsApp window or your chat window or whatever, then there is a function to pin your desktop windows in virtual reality. Go to settings and desktop, then choose one of the windows and pin it in the virtual reality, and then you can watch it while you are in a game. That is really, really cool. And the most important tip for the Oculus Rift S is to install the Oculus Tray tool. You can find the link in the description below, and there you can choose so many settings like super sampling, different profiles, or you can even set what audio source you want to have or microphone source. Then you activate the Oculus Rift, and even when you don't use it anymore, that he automatically switches to other audio sources. This is really, really good. Believe me, you should install it. Also, the Oculus service that bothers many people in the background can be automatically deactivated by the Oculus Tray tool. Really good. Then, if you don't want to use glasses, there is prescription lenses for the Oculus Rift S, for some other headsets as well. Then you just remove these rings here from the lenses and then put prescription lenses on. This is really good, and I will put the link in the description below. Also, there is a VR cover. So the original one is a little bit cheap, to be honest, but you can replace it with a leather VR cover. You can just remove this part here and then replace it with a VR cover one, and then you have a better material, and it's better if you sweat a lot. Really, really good. So if you have more tips and tricks for the Oculus Rift S, write it in the comments below. That would be really interesting for all of us. So let's go back, or let's go on to the next category. Okay, let's talk about the Windows Mixed Reality headsets. So there are a lot of Windows Mixed Reality headsets, a lot. But I will show that for the Lenovo Explorer. This is the cheapest one in the United States. You can have it for sometimes for $150. This is really awesome because it's a full virtual reality headset. So let me show you how you put it on your head. So this has a flip up design. You can just flip it up and then put that in your face until it sits good. Pull down the ring and use the screw to mount it. That's it. Awesome. Really, really easy. And to remove it the other way around, use the screw, push it up, and then remove it from your face. This is really, really good. So for the Windows Mixed Reality headsets, it's very important that you have enough light, because they have two cameras and they need light. Not like with the PlayStation VR in the dark, it doesn't work. So these are the controllers, and they have little LED flash lights and the cameras track the position. So the cameras need light and they need to see this stuff here. And this is very important that you don't have any reflections. So for example, if that is on and you see all the little dots and we have this glass showcase, then the headset sees the dots here and a reflection, and then it gets confused and jumps around. This is really bad. So if you want to compare all the mixed reality headsets, then Microsoft has a really good list. You can compare all the virtual reality headsets from Microsoft Windows Mixed Reality in this list, like how big is the field of view, hertz and stuff, what display is in the headsets. The list is in the description below. So most of the virtual reality headsets, of the mixed reality headsets, don't have an IPD slider. Only the Samsung Odyssey and Odyssey Plus. All the other ones you need to calibrate via software, and then you go to Start and Calibrate Room or Headset Display and Calibration, and then you see some lines, and then you can set your IPD as good as possible. The next thing is that the most of the Windows Mixed Reality headsets come without Bluetooth. That means you need a Bluetooth dongle to connect the controllers. This is very important. Only the Samsung Odyssey Plus, the HP Reverb and the Acer Ojo 500 have integrated Bluetooth. For all the other ones you need a small Bluetooth dongle with minimum Bluetooth 4.0. I will do a link in the video so you can buy the correct one. Then, I already showed that for the PlayStation VR, we have this Mantis headphones here. You can see that here on the PlayStation VR, and you can use them also for the Lenovo Explorer and for most other Windows Mixed Reality headsets as well. And I will put the link in the description below. And then you connect it here to the audio jack and you have integrated headphones. This is really cool. Sometimes you have the problem that the controllers are not connecting. So the first thing that I can advise you is to not power them on the same time. So first power on the first controller, wait 5 seconds, and then connect the second controller. If that still doesn't work, go to your device manager or the Bluetooth settings and remove the Bluetooth adapters and reconnect them again. Then mostly it will work. Then we have a common problem with the Windows Mixed Reality headset, that the floor is not in the same height than the real floor. So perhaps the virtual floor is here with my stomach, and then you have to go to the Start and Room settings, and then you can push up and down the thumbstick or the touchpad, and then you can push the floor in the right height, I would say, yeah. Then there is a so-called Mixed Reality Ultra mode, and that means that your headset runs at 90 Hertz. If you don't have the Ultra mode, then your headset only runs in 60 Hertz mode. And this means that you have a lot of flickering, and this is not good. How can you find out what Hertz is running on your headset? So go in Windows, go to the device portal, and there go to the performance tab. And there you can see if it runs 60 or 90 Hertz. If it only has 60 Hertz, then your PC is not powerful enough. You cannot force the Ultra mode. Then Microsoft has a really good troubleshooting guide. This is really good. It's not bad like all the other ones that say, please prove if your cable is connected, and it's bullshit. They really have a good guide where this is really long and there's all the problems listed and how to solve that. I will put the description, the link in the description below. You can also play Oculus games with the Windows Mixed Reality headsets. That works via the so-called Vive software. I have made a tutorial, and I will put the link in the description below as well. And then you can play games like Asgard's Wrath with Vive on, for example, the Lenovo Explorer. This is awesome. If you want to improve or make your home environment a little bit more beautiful, then you can set holograms. So use your controller, go in the virtual environment, in your virtual home, and then click on Start and then Holograms. And then you can place furniture and stuff. That looks really cool. You can also use voice control with the Windows Mixed Reality headsets with Cortana. So if you set up the headset for the first time, you get a question, do you want to use Cortana? And then you hit yes, and then you can talk with your headset. You can say, hey Cortana, open the browser. And then he's opening the browser in the virtual reality headset. This is cool. Then, last thing I want to say is that the tracking area of the Windows Mixed Reality headsets is unlimited. So there is no virtual walls or something that bothers you. But this is, of course, very important that you be careful outside. When you play on the soccer field with a backpack, PC or laptop, be careful. However, most virtual reality games will get dark when you move more than 10 meters in one direction. Only a few games support unlimited play space. I know that Minecraft is supporting that. So in Minecraft you can run unlimited with the virtual reality and the backpack PC. But please be careful, and also be careful with the lenses and sunlight. Yeah, that's what I have to say about the Windows Mixed Reality headsets. If you have more cool tips, write it in the comments below. Let's go to the next category. Okay, let's talk about the Vive Cosmos, Vive Pro and Vive. So to put it on your head, the Vive Pro, just remove the strap here on the upside and then use the screw, like this, the screw. This is the same with the Vive Cosmos here, the absolute the same. And then put it on your head like that, then down, then use the screw, mount the head strap on the top, and then use the speakers. And that use the screw to tighten it, and here you go. This is really, really good. And then you have the IPD adjustment here. This is the small wheel. And when the headset is turned on, then you see the current value of the IPD. For me it's 60, and then you can turn it and then you see other values. To remove it again, use the screw, pull it up and then remove it from your head. It's the same with the Vive Cosmos here and with the deluxe audio strap from the Vive, with the old Vive. And yeah, this is really good. I mean, no problem. And a very good thing with these headsets is that you can use a wireless module. You can have the Vive Pro, the Vive and the Vive Cosmos wireless with a battery pack that's with a small cable in your back or whatever, in your backpack or in your trousers or whatever, and then you can use them wireless. They are expensive, but yeah, it's possible. It's not possible with all the other headsets, and this is really cool. Okay, it's possible with the Rift, with the TP Cast, but these ones are really good. Then the next thing that I want to show you is how to correct mount the base stations. So these are the base stations. You get 2 of them, and you have to mount them in 2 meters height. So like this is 2 meters, I would say, and then it needs a 40 degrees like this. Don't use it like this, or like this. 40 degrees so it can watch your play area, and then the other base station needs to be on the other side of the room. That's very important, really important. Then you can also mount the base stations. You don't need to mount it on the wall. You can also mount it on tripods or mini tripods. So with a little clamp, you can use it here. I will put the equipment in the description below so you can buy it and use it. This is really, really helpful. Then for the controllers, we can use, if you hit the system button here, we can go to the menu and then we can enable a dashboard camera. What does that mean? So if you want to see your real environment without removing the headset, then you can use the pass-through camera. These are these 2 cameras. And and you have to activate them in the Steam settings and then you can use them. This is really cool to check out your environment. That works with the old Vive, with the Vive Pro and with the Vive Cosmos with the 2 cameras. This is really, really good. Also, if you want to invite your friends and they see your gameplay on the TV, the screen mirror or the monitor of the PC, but they don't hear the audio, how can you solve that? So go to the Steam settings and then audio and then mirror sound to other device and then choose your speakers and then you hear the sound from the internal speakers of the headset and from the speakers of your PC, and then your friends can listen what you hear. That's really good. Another thing that's really cool for people wearing glasses is this little button here. So if you push that, you can move the headset, the front unit back and forward. That's really good for people with big glasses. That's also possible with the old Vive. It has some wheels here, but it's not possible with the Vive Cosmos. It has no wheel for that. For the controller updates, better do them, especially with the Vive Cosmos. It has pretty bad tracking. So if there is an update, do it. Believe me, it will improve the bad tracking. These ones have perfect tracking. But however, if you destroyed one of these Vive controllers, you can do a hard reset. How do you do that? So push the trigger button, the menu button, the trackpad and both grip buttons at the same time for 5 seconds while the controller is connected to your PC via USB. And then pull out the cable again and then your controllers are resetted, hard resetted. That works most parts. Then if you want to use your smartphone, if you want to have a phone call without removing your headset, this is possible with the Vive headsets. So just go to the Steam settings and then go to Bluetooth communication and then enable it. Then you need a smartphone app on iOS or Android. It's called HTC Vive, I think. And then connect it to the headset. And if you get a phone call, you can stream it into the headset. Really, really cool. You can also play Oculus games with the Vive, Vive Pro and Vive Cosmos via Revive. And the tutorial video I will put in the description below. And then there is something very cool that only have the headsets with lighthouse tracking. This is called lighthouse tracking. All the headsets that work with these base stations are lighthouse tracking systems. With these systems, you have the possibility to use full body tracking. So how does that work? This is the little Vive trackers. They are called Vive trackers and you need minimum 2 of them. You mount them on your feet and on your hip here. And then you can move around like dance and you can even hit a ball or something like that. There's a game called Island 356 or 365. I'm not sure. I don't remember the name of the game. And with dinosaurs. And this has support of full body tracking. Also some games with football. And you can you can see and feel your whole body in virtual reality. So how can you mount that on your feet? There is a little thing here. It's called track strap. And you have a little screw here and then just mount it here like this, and then if this were my feet, put it on your feet and then tighten it with the Velcro strap and then you're good to go, and then your feet are tracked. This is really, really cool, and but it's of course expensive. You need 2 or better 3 of these Vive trackers to have full body tracking in virtual reality. Yeah, that were the tips I can give you for the HTC Vive. I hope you liked it, and yeah, let's go to the next category. Okay, let's talk about the Valve Index. So most points that were important for the Vive and Vive Pro are also relevant for the Valve Index because they both have the lighthouse system. But however, how do we put it on our head? So remove the strap here and then use the screw to make it as big as possible. Push it up, then find the best and most comfortable position, pull it down, like this, then use the strap to mount it here and then use the screw, and that's it. Then we have a little screw here, then we can change the distance between the lenses and our eyes. As closer the lenses are to your eyes, the bigger the field of view is. But if you have big glasses, you can also use that for this. This is really good. And then here we have the IPD slider. You see that? The lenses are moving, and you have to measure your IPD, like I said at the beginning of the video, and then you see the current value in the display. That's really interesting. But you don't only have to wear the headset. It's also important that you wear the index controllers very well. And this is a little bit tricky, but Valve has an awesome tutorial video that show you how you mount the index controllers on your hand. And I will put the link under the video below. I mean, I can show you that as well, but we have this little, there are 4 points for bigger hands or smaller hands. For me, I use the second one, but if you want to change it, push it and move it. So for me, it's that one. And then go with your hand through the strap, loosen it here a little bit, and then find the position that is very good for your hand and see that you can reach all the buttons with your thumb, and then pull this strap and then you're good to go. That's it. That's really cool. And then you do the same with the other controllers. It's a little bit tricky because you have this on one already mounted. But yeah, watch the video. This is really good. And then you can play very good with the hand tracking and finger tracking and stuff. So the next thing is that you can change the hertz of the Valve Index, and this is really interesting because we have 120 and 144 Hertz mode. So the game, for most people, the game seems much smoother then. So go to the Steam VR settings video and then change the Hertz mode. Really cool. Better you restart Steam than if you change the value, and then perhaps you get a much smoother experience. Then we have a VR cover from VR cover. so you remove the original one and then put the VR cover here in, and this one is linked in the description below. So this is leather material, so if you sweat a lot, then it's perhaps a little bit better. And then the same as with the Vive Pro, we have the 2 base stations, and you have to mount them in the height of 2 meters and looking 40 degree down. 40 degree, not this, 40 degree. And the other base stations in the opposite corner in the same height and the same degree. That's very, very important. You can also, you don't need to attach it to the wall. You can also mount it on tripods or clamps and stuff like here on the shelf. I will put the stuff in the description below. Very interesting. Also, the same as with the Vive, you can mirror your audio. If you want your friends to listen what you hear in the headset, you can go to Steam VR settings, audio, and then mirror to your speakers on the PC. Then you hear it on your headphones, in the headset, and also on the PC. That's really good if you invite friends. Then you can play all the Oculus games with the Valve Index as well with Revive. The tutorial video is linked in the description below. And then, because it's lighthouse tracking, we have the Vive tracker. They also work with the Valve Index with full body tracking. So you should buy 3 of them, 1 on your hip and 2 at your feet. And then your feet and your hip are tracked. You can dance or you can kick like dinosaurs in the game Island 356 or 359, I'm not sure. And then you can play football games. This is supported by the Valve Index, and you can mount it on your feet with this little track strap. I will put the link in the description below also for the Vive trackers. This is really interesting. That's what I can tell you about the Valve Index. If you have more cool tips. The only thing, wait, I can show you now. I removed the cover here from the index, and there is a small USB connector for future equipment, but you can also use it for the Vive and Chill, for the 2 fans that you can mount here. This is perhaps even interesting. Yeah, guys, that were the tips. If you have additional tips, write it in the comments below, and let's go to the next category. Okay, guys, let's talk now about the Pimax headsets. These are the high-end headsets from Pimax, and yeah, they are pretty the same than the Vive and Valve Index because they have lighthouse tracking, but let's see how we can put it on our head. So we have this standard strap here. Later there will be an audio strap, but for now we have this one. So yeah, remove this upper strap here, then hold it like this, put it on your face, then move it down here, then mount the upper strap, and then use the 2 straps on the side here and pull them and mount them until it sits very good and not too tight on your head, and you can move it around. This is really good. And then we have a little screw here for your IPD value, the distance between your eyes, and you can use that here. So when you use the screw, then a display will appear inside the virtual reality view that shows you the current value of your IPD. That's really good. And yeah, so that's it for the how you can wear it. Then it's possible to use, I made it with this Pimax, to use a deluxe audio strap from the HTC Vive. This is cool. You just use a Velcro strap or tape or something like that to mount it here, but it works. And then you have also integrated audio. This is cool. I will link the deluxe audio strap in the description below as well. Yeah, and then the most important tips I can give you for the so-called PyTool. This is the software that you need to run the Pimax headsets. So the first one, what you really need to do is, if you install the PyTool, do the firmware upgrades for the headset. This is very important. They improve it all the time, and then yeah, you should do that. Then in the PyTool, there's a thing that called deactivate Pimax VR Home. Do that instantly, because Pimax VR Home is a very ugly environment with some mountains. You cannot do anything there, so deactivate it. It needs performance and it's totally useless. Then for me, the best settings to play around to start with, because you need to change all the settings for the Pimax headsets for every game, I use normal field of view, then the rendering quality on 1 and the Steam VR rendering on 100%. This is a good value to start with. Then play your favorite game like Project Cars 2 or whatever, and check out if the frame rate is good enough. If it's very good, then you can even raise the setting a little bit. If it's too low, then lower the settings a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Then the next thing that you need to know, there are 2 settings that nobody knows what they mean. The first one is compatible with parallel projections, and the second one is hidden area mask. So for what I can tell you is that you should deactivate both of them first and then try your favorite games. If there is something strange happening, for example, when you play Onward, it looks like it's cross-eyed. It's very strange overlap. You will see that instantly. And then you have to activate compatible with parallel projections. You lose some performance, but then it looks awesome. For in other games like Boneworks, you see some strange textures or objects disappearing in the outer edges of your view. This is not normal. If that happens, for example in Boneworks, then go to PyTool and activate hidden area mask, and then everything should look fine. That's it. And then there's a cool setting that's only for the Pimax headsets. You can deactivate the lighthouse tracking. You can completely deactivate the tracking if you don't have base stations. And then, of course, the Pimax headset doesn't know if it's here or here or here. It only has 3 degrees of freedom like this. But you can still play racing simulation and stuff with that if you don't have any base stations. Really, really cool. It's totally possible. Then the most Pimax headset have only LC display. Of course, there's the XR with OLED, but most of them have LC display. And there is a setting there then you can reduce the brightness. This is really cool when you play horror games, so you can cheat a little bit and remove the brightness, and then you can play the horror games better with it. You can change that in the Pi tool. That's really cool. Then you can use some accessorize, like I have this hand tracking module here, and this works really good. You can just mount it here under the Pimax headset, and then you can have hand tracking like with the Oculus Quest. This is really, really cool. Yeah, guys, that's it so far for the Pimax headset. I think that's everything that's important. If you have some better tips, write it in the comments below so everybody learns something, and that would be awesome. Yeah, that was everything about the Pimax headsets. Okay guys, that were my best tips and tricks for most of the VR headsets I have here. So, important, there are some videos where I can show you the best recommended games for the headset. So there's one video for PlayStation VR games, one for Quest games, and one for Steam VR and other games. I will put that in the description below. If you have some other tips that I didn't mention, or that I forgot perhaps, or that I don't even know, write it in the comments below. That would be really awesome. And of course, this hobby is very expensive, guys. I spend a lot of this stuff. I have to do 2 full-time jobs to afford this, to test the hardware for you guys. So please consider to support me via Patreon or YouTube membership. $1 per month would be totally fine, or just go via my Amazon link. Yeah, if you want to buy anything, you won't pay something extra and you will support me on Amazon. Or give me your Twitch Prime abo, that's also for free. That would be awesome. So give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and see you next time in virtual reality, guys. See ya!
VoodooDE